Hello and welcome to another On the Ironing Board edition. So on this this very fine ironing board today I've got a Heathkit 14 watt high fidelity amplifier. We're just honing, and that is Heathkit, not Heathcliff, so I won't be breaking out with Wuthering Heights. So 14 watt high fidelity amplifier. So this is a hi-fi amp basically. And I'm going to keep it as that. I'm not going to convert this into a guitar amplifier. I'm going to restore this and I'm going to use it for work. So let's have a bit of a look around it. So first thing to check out is these very weird looking volume control, these knobs. Look at these knobs, very strange. It's got like a knob part there, and then we've got this very strange, I don't know how to describe that. Very weird. Yes, interesting. So anyway, we've got magnetic phono there. So obviously magnetic cartridge on your turntable, tuner and crystal. So obviously give you, it must have been at the time when magnetic cartridges were just coming in. Forget what year this is now. I did download a schematic for it, I think. I need to have a look at that. So we've got volume, bass and treble on there, and that's about it. It's a pretty basic thing really. So let's have a look at the back. So we're looking in the back, we can see the laminates on the transformers are rusty, and you can see a bit of rust in there. So we don't want airing doors coming back and catching this on a ironing board, or really will be in trouble. So yeah, that looks like the power transformer, output transformer. We can see a tube there on its own. I've got a feeling that is a rectifier tube. So on the back we've got these usual speaker terminals there, and we've got 3 phono plugs, which look very rusty, don't they? So they'll need some attention. Fuse holder. Let's see if we can see what's in here. Is the fuse blown? No, it's not blown. Let's just hone that into the camera. You can see there. Let's zoom in. So you can see the fuse isn't blown, and it is 500 milliamps. That sounds about right, I would have thought. We've got that in there, and just screw that in. Now there's one thing about this amplifier that I've not told you about yet. If we hold up the plug, we can see it's 110 volts. Not a problem for me because I've got a transformer. But yeah, this is 110 volts. And one of the reasons I bought this, not just to use it for work, it's just something different and interesting to look at. So let's get this metal frame off, metal top cover, and see what's underneath. Right, so we've got the top off, and it is rusty inside here. This has seen some damp. So let's have a look what we've got tube wise. Let's have this tube out first, see what this one is. Oh dear, heat. Oh, so look. Oh, it says bt.Britain, and it says made for Daystrom. Sorry, I'm not reading that right. So it says made in Britain, and it says on it made for Daystrom. Never heard of that before. 6BQ5. Not sure what brand that is. Another 6BQ5 or EL84. And I think that says Westinghouse on there. I seem to have heard that somewhere before. Westinghouse. A 6EU7, which was really tight in the base. I wonder if that's ever been out before. That's another Daystrom one. So this tube's a 7-pin tube. This is a Westinghouse. And that is, let me put it up there to see that on there, is 6AU6A. 6AU6A, that one. And the final one is a 6AN8A, and that's another Daystrom one. So they're the tubes. So if we look at the can cap there, we've got it's a 3-in-1, so it's a 40, 40, 20, and the 40's at 450. So we're expecting a fair bit of HT on this. Right, I've took the bottom off, and so we can see inside, and it's all point to point, as you can see. Not a massive amount to it, is there? So this Daystrom again has turned up there with these Daystrom caps. If anybody knows anything about Daystrom, I'd appreciate it if you just drop something in the comments and let me know, because I have no idea. We can see that can cap there, and that looks a bit on the leaky side. Just got a bit more light on now. And then we've got another cap there, and that is that's a 20 microfarad at 350 working. Can't see any dates. I'm not great at reading these dates, to be honest. So I've got that. Just have a look through. And we've got a pot here. Not sure what that pot is doing. You can see it there. It's an adjustable pot. And then we've got some it's a bit grubby, isn't it? There, that's seen a bit of damp. Let's hope that's all it is. So, shall we fire this up on the Variac and see what happens? What do you think? I think that's a good idea. That's what we'll do. Right, I've got it all rigged up. I've got a small test speaker there. That's all we need. I've just checked this amp's cathode biased. And you can see, if we just hone in there, we can see the cathode resistor, which is 210 ohms, 50 microfarad at 25 volts working. So that's, and they're connected to the cathodes. So I'm going straight to ground, I think. Yep, going straight to ground. So it's cathode biased, which you'd expect really at 15 watts. So I'm going to start firing this up and see. Just set the meter, and we're just going to see if we get any life in it. Has it got an on-off switch? That's a point. Yeah, so the on-off switch is on the volume, so it's clicked on. Right, let's apply a bit of voltage. So we've got 25 volts there, but of course we've got a rectifier tube in this, so we'll be. Is that flickering again? Just hang on. Yep. So obviously we're going to have to put a bit through it to get that to work. So that's an EZ81, I think. Just looking at these wires here that go onto the speaker. Look at that. Look how badly they've been burnt with a soldering iron. Not just one of them, but two of them. They've been severely. Sorry, there they are. They've been severely burned. Anyway, back to getting this amp up and running. Where we are. I think the first thing I'll do is I'm just going to check to see if there's any AC coming in off the transformer. Right, I've mounted the camera on the tripod. So if my voice gets a little faint, it's because I'm stepping away from the mic. So I've just tested the AC, and I've got 100 volts on the AC, so we have got voltage coming in, so that's a good start. Don't see anything appearing yet. So I'm just checking which onto the caps there. It's just going to go up another 25 volts. So we're up to 50 volts now. Not drawing any current to speak of, which is always a good thing. So I've just got to wait for this rectifier tube to start conducting. It doesn't appear to be conducting at the minute. So that looks like the centre tap for the output transformer there. But still nothing. See if there's anything on the filaments. So there, I think that is the filaments for these tubes. Yeah, there's voltage there. Not a lot, but there is some. 1.47 volts on there. So I'm up to 66 volts now. Ah, something seems to be happening. Just going to shut the door. I've got the door open because it's a nice day. But then you've got all the idiots with the cars with their dump, dump, dump music coming down the street. So the meter now is beginning to rise, and we've got 8 volts and climbing. So we're just going to let that climb up slowly. We don't seem to be getting a deal of voltage from that rectifier tube at all. Milliamps, 86 milliamps. I think there's a short on this, or there's something not right with that tube, so I'm going to investigate further. Right, so I've disconnected the DC feed from the rectifier tube, and I've got 113 volts, so there is a short on there somewhere, probably on that capacitor, I would guess. So I'm afraid running this up now has become a fruitless task, so I don't think we'll be able to. Right, I've had a test round. I can't find any shorts on those caps or anything, so we're going to bring it up again with that knowledge in hand. So I've stuck the tubes back in, and we're just waiting for that tube to conduct. Right, we're just beginning to get some HT voltage now. 90 volts, so it's going up. Any sound? Don't hear any sound yet. So we've just hit 100 volts on the HT supply, and we'll go up to 120 now, 130 volts there. We're going up again. 143 on the plate, 147 on the screen on that tube. I can hear a bit of sound. 150, 151. Yep, I can hear something through the speaker. Not quite sure what yet, but I can hear something. Let's go up another 20 volts, madam. $166 and climbing, 170, it's climbing much quicker now. Yes, I can hear sound. And we've got signal. So I'm just going to test those to make sure there's no DC on them, because you just never know with these leaky caps. Sometimes you get leaking back onto the inputs. No. I've known caps completely fail, and what's on one side of the coupling cap is on the other. But that is running. And really that's what we're looking for. If it runs, then anything else is repairable. The transformers are okay. So what we got on the HT now on the plates, 145. That's continuing to draw down, so seems some of the other tubes are beginning to work. We don't seem to have any inputs. I've got 155 volts on the variac now. Current meter says 200 milliamps. So not excessive, nothing's getting warm. That plate has drawn down now and is drawing down, so yep, so it looks like the other valves have now drawn current. So I've got 176 volts. That's going up. 159, 160. So it has, you see it's drawn down with the valves now. Put some more voltage on, it's still going up. We've still got no oh, we have the, yeah, that's good, we've got sound. It works, it works, that's proper good. So I think what I'm going to do now is switch it off, because I know it works, but I've got a sneaky feeling that that capacitor there is a bit dodgy. That big cam cap is a bit dodgy. Wouldn't surprise me if he's a shade warm. And yes, he is. Yeah, so that capacitor is toast. So the amp runs, I could tell by the way that we're drawing down there, that capacitor is toast. Although it went drawing a lot of current on the meter, I must admit, but that capacitor's had it. So there we go, that's the Heathkit 14 watt high fidelity amplifier. And I'm going to wrap this one up as part one. So you all take care. If you wish to subscribe to the channel, please do so, I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you all in a future video. So you all take care, and bye bye for now. Bye bye.